Right, go on.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Latimer Park. Yes, it's Tuesday night football here under the lights, and tonight Stamford AFC are in town. Can Kettering back up after that fantastic performance on Saturday, get 3 more points in the league? Harbour, of course, winning 3-0 away at Redditch last night, and Kettering need to win tonight to keep up the momentum. Stamford, let's be honest, haven't had a fantastic start to the season. They've only got 3 points from 8 games and currently are bottom of the league. But these games against Stamford are never easy, always a difficult challenge. And last season was an example there, a 1-1 draw away from home with a 95th minute equaliser and then a 2-0 win here at Latimer Park. The Daniels, though, have come into a bit of trouble. They've lost the services of powerful striker Jack Duffy, who was suspended initially for 20 games by the FA after being sent off at Royston last season. And reports are that he has since left the Lincolnshire side. There is a trio of ex-Poppies in the Daniels squad this evening. John Challenger, only aged 44 years old. He probably will come good in a couple of years' time, of course. Challenger known for the last ever goal at Rockingham Road in a 3-1 win against Southport. Reece Sharp, of course, who was with the Poppies for a long time. And Charlie Mazzarano also did grace the Poppies for a few games. Andy Fannodge is making his 50th appearance for the club this evening. And just in case you don't know, there is no game on Saturday. But the following Saturday, October the 4th, we're away at St Ives Town in the FA Trophy. Alongside me initially is my old sparring partner, Ed Palmer. Welcome, Ed, to back to commentary.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. I'll be here for a few moments until I go and do another job. But yeah, I was listening to what you said there, Cookie. It's never an easy game against Stamford, regardless of what form either team are in. And Graham Drury certainly has had Kettering's number in recent years, and he certainly knows how to wind up the Poppies faithful. And he certainly wound up the Poppies faithful on that 1-1 draw last season, which was a game that Kettering could have done with those 3 points in. That last-minute equaliser really sucked the life out of the Kettering team and the Kettering fans as well. But they're very different fortunes this season, isn't it? I mean, Stamford were right up there with us last season. This season, although it's early on, Drury's under a little bit of pressure, I think. You know, bottom of the league and not won a game yet this season. It's not great for them.
Last 5 games, they've lost 3 and drawn 2. Just got the 2 points. But of course, this is, I suppose, to a certain extent, a derby, not a local derby, but a derby. And as you said there and hinted that, yes, games against Stamford are never easy. A couple of, 3 Poppies in the squad. They'll be wanting to put 1 over. But last night, Harbour winning 3-0, 2 goals from former Poppy Ben Stevens, 1 a penalty. And Hickey getting a goal. He came from Barwell, of course. They cemented top position on 21 points, played 9 games. Kettering in second place, equal with Alfchurch, who are away at Worcester tonight. And the other games of interest for Kettering are Bury Town against Banbury United against Real Bedford, Bury Town against Spalding, Needham Market against Bishop Stortford, Quorn against Bromsgrove. Those are the teams in the top 8. Nar Ranger is one of the leading goal scorers in the league, along with Steisch from Banbury United. He's also on 6 goals. And we're looking at the Kettering Town side. It looks like Callum Powell is making his first start of the season. So inspirational, Ed, on Saturday.
Yeah, and another one making his first start for the club competitively, Ishmael Fatajo as well, who came on, nicked a goal, looked very, very good. And although he's not been quite out for quite as long as Callum Powell, it was still quite a nasty injury that Ishmael suffered. And for him to come back on, he looked sharp, he looked ready. And Callum Powell looked, well, like the Callum Powell of old from this first stint here at the club. It was, he came on and he was unplayable on Saturday. We said a lot about their number 11 last week on Saturday, how good he was. Callum Powell came on and made him look decidedly average. I mean, he was by far and away the best player on the pitch. I mean, he got man of the match, probably rightly so. There were some shouts for Voice to get it, considering everything surrounding him. First game in men's football, he looked right at home. But you look at players who are going to change a game of football, and Callum Powell came on and changed the game, won the game for Kettering. It's not, you can't put it any lower than that. So it's great having him back. I think Simon is keen to manage him as well as Ishmael, bringing him back. I wouldn't like to say it because, of course, it's Stamford, but I wonder whether he might be looking at this maybe as a chance to get some players rested a bit. I mean, Alfie Lewis on the bench, who is good enough to start every game. Is it maybe he's played a lot of football recently? Is he given a rest? And I'd hope that it's not because we're looking at where Stamford are and making presumptions, but he does need a rest, Alfie Lewis. Glennon as well on the bench probably needs a rest as well. He needs maybe that.
Well, he can always lay down on the penalty spot, can't he?
Well, he could, yes. Maybe we'll bring him on to sit down on the penalty spot if something happens. But it's going to be an interesting matchup. It looks like it's going to be a back four, Voice and Ando in the centre halves, and wing backs. York, off on maybe. I know he played left wing back, but that was on Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see how the Poppies line up, actually, because there'll be a lot of players who are expected to be very versatile in this one.
Two changes from Saturday. Ishmael Fataggio and Callum Powell come in for Will Glennon and Alpha Lewis. Your Kettering Town team line up like this: Jason Alexander, number 1, 2, Levi Andow, 7, Wes York, 8, Andy Fanodge, 9, and captain Niall Ranger, 11, Yamar Loza, 14, Connor Stanley, 15, Eddie Oppong, 16, Caden Voice, 70, Ishmael Fataggio, and 23, Callum Powell. Your Poppies subs this evening are Will Glennon is 6, Micah Anthony 12, Kai Fifield 19, Brandon Barker 21, and Alfie Lewis 22. Stamford, number 1, Thomas Jackson, 2, Charlie Mazzarano, 3, Reece Sharp, 4, Ryan Wilson, 5, Jordan Cook, 6, Carl Rowney, 7, Sanchez Tong, 8, Harry Vince is captain, 9, Luca Alfonsi, 10, Jack Thomas, 11, George Hobbins. The subs for the Daniels: 12, Connor Bartle, 14, Jaden Charles, 16, Jaco Verreira, 16, John Challoner, and 17, Elliot Durrell. Referee tonight is Matthew Jackson, along with assistant referee Scott Postin. That's a name from the past, Ed. Ed's turned away in disgust. And Ryan Jennings is assistant number 2. We have an observer tonight, Wayne Bright. The strains of the hustle are in the background. That means, for those of you that come to Latimer Park, that the tunnel is out and the Poppies are about to appear in front of the lights here in this Pitching In Southern League Premier Central game. You're hearing it live from Latimer Park, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. And we'll bring you the full 90 minutes. And we're about to get underway. Just if you don't know, just repeat myself, there is no game on Saturday. The next time Kettering will be in action will be on October the 4th in the FA Trophy third qualifying round away at St Ives Town. And that will be a repeat of a game a couple of seasons ago where Kettering lost 3-2 at the same stage. And another game on another artificial surface. That will make it 10 games on artificial pitches if everything pans out for the season. That's almost a quarter of games on 3G or hybrid pitches. Teams yet to come out. The tunnel is ready. I can see the referee down there, Matthew Jackson. And we are almost ready here on a rather cool, as you'd expect now, late September Tuesday night. The pitch, I must say, looks absolutely superb from our angle. I saw a photograph of it earlier on in the day. Looks excellent indeed. And it's come a long, long way from 10 years ago. And out come the teams. Kettering in red and black and their traditional red socks. Stamford in all blue. And goalkeeper in a sort of... there's a strange strange bluey colour, and Alexander in his light blue. Towering over everybody is Alexander, who's been superb since his return this season. Just a few notes there. Lob Jolt still out on compassionate leave. Shane Flynn is injured. And so those are a couple of players we can talk about there. Reserve goalkeeper Josh Humphreys also injured. And while Lee bursts out the team's names, we'll take a break until we're ready for kick-off in a few minutes' time.
Substitutes for the Bombers this evening, number 6, Rob Lennon. 12, Ian Buttley. 19, Connie Byfield. 24, Brandon Parker. And 22, Alfie Lewis. 12, opening line 1 is Matthew Jackson. And assistant referees are Scott Boston and Ryan Jennings.
Well, it looks like they're kicking at the moment. I'm going to be kicking towards the Prosor end. The captains go over. That's Nar Ranger for the Poppies and Harry Vince for the Daniels at the centre circle. Shaking hands with match official Matthew Jackson. And can Kettering capitalise on that superb performance on Saturday? By no means this is going to be a walkover. Stamford always present problems. They want to get what they're going to want to get their season underway. Only 3 points from 8 games. So they're changing ends at the moment. So the Poppies must have lost the toss. They will be attacking the Tin Hat as the teams now swap sides as the Poppies fans move towards the Tin Hat. Not many from Stamford made it, probably around the usual 20 that come. Not very well supported away from home. And it makes a mockery of when we go to Stamford and take 300 or 400. And don't reciprocate at all, really. But fair play to the ones that have travelled. It's only about, 25-30 minutes away. But there we are. It's going to be the Poppies to kick off. And Powell and Yamar Loza, who again was on form again on Saturday over the ball. We're all ready to start this Premier Central game. Loza then over it. And referee looking at both of his officials and the goalkeepers getting ready to get this game underway, just waving his arms up there. The lights are beaming on here, of course. Scoreboard is in the left-hand corner from our gantry. And we are almost there. We are off. The ball has gone straight back to Alexander, comes out into the D. He sends it out wide. And there is Vitaggio, gets it towards Loza, beaten to it. Hooked away by Jack Thomas on the far side. But there is Opong, who has to turn back. Gets it to Voice. He sends it long to Ranger. A little push in the back on Ranger, but well won by Stanley on the far side. Opong back to Voice. Voice, who was excellent in his debut game. And ball is taken then to Ranger. Ranger can't win that one. It's outside to Opong. Opong on the wing on the left-hand side. Plays it out wide to Powell. Powell inside. Switches it on this near side to Wes York. York out wide to Vitaggio. Vitaggio back to Wes York. York looks up. Comes inside, gets it to Loza. It doesn't reach Loza, but it's a 1-2 though. Gets it back to York. Loses the ball though. Thanodge wins it. Little touch there by Vitaggio. Back to Thanodge. Loza going forward. Loza squares it. Stanley out on the wing to Powell. Overlapping is Opong. Opong now with plenty of space. Puts the ball over. Can he get across? And he can. It's headed out. And it is free kick. And early doors said we're into the second minute. Not bad.
Not bad at all, is it? A nice bright start, as we thought. It is Opong playing left back and York playing right back. So It is back four for the Poppies. Leviando and the youngster Caden Voice. The other two centre halves. Free kick still not taken. You're not missing anything. Thomas Jackson in that sort of mint green that he's wearing. Takes it long out towards us. So the left-hand side of Stamford's attack, looking for the ex-Poppy, or one of three ex-Poppies, Reece Sharp. And that's won easily by Loza. York back to Ando. Ando across to Jason Alexander. Alexander sprays one left to Oppong, but Oppong isn't there, and it's a throw-in for Stamford, which they're keen to take quickly. Alexander, of course, has been excellent for the Poppies in his spell here this time. Paul White and Josh Humphrey, both with broken arms. Paul White has had the cast removed. Josh Humphrey still has the cast on. Oppong clears that away, and it can't be brought down by Ranger. So Stamford have the ball on the right-hand side again, going backwards towards the halfway line, then lofted forward. Voices underneath it, plays it nicely to Oppong. Oppong back to Ando. Ando to Alexander. Alexander now taking time back out left to Voice, the youngster on a short-term loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Oppong now opens the taps on the left-hand side, but doesn't keep control of the ball and runs it out of play for a throw-in for Stamford. 3 and a bit minutes gone, still 0-0. The referee just advising that there's a stop here because Jason Alexander's laces have come undone. So York rushes over and plays mother and does his shoelaces up for him. And this throw-in is still delayed for the moment. There's a lot of talent in this squad, and it's a bit of a jigsaw for Simon Holyhead to make them all fit, isn't it? I mean, we're looking at Wes York and Eddie Oppong, both who are electric attacking wingers, both playing at fullback.
Well, wing backs, aren't they? Really?
Well, wing backs, yeah, with a back two, but you know they're not wing backs either. To be fair to either of them, as that ball is flicked on and should be dealt with by Leviando. It is, because he's fouled. So it's a nice headache to have the amount of quality that Simon's got at his disposal.
It is, and although it is panic stations, we're losing 2 games in a row in the league. You know, this is a new squad of players, and it does take time. Cliche, I know, to gel as the ball is pulled forward. A lovely ball there to Ranger. Ranger turns, flicks it back to Thanos. Thanos on the halfway line, plays it out wide to the overlapping Oppong. Oppong going forward, plays it long, but that's an optimistic chase of Powell, and that will go out for a throw-in down by the corner flag. Yeah, it's going to be taking the time to get to know each other, aren't they? And it's a cliche, as I just said, but it does take time, and
it does. And we're starting to see a little bit more stability now. That's 3 players in the last 4-5 games that have hit 50-game milestones. It's Forsyth, York, and Thanos tonight.
Yeah,
Thanos,
and Ranger's not far away,
hitting it soon. So we're starting to get a little bit of that stayability in the club. As
Firefield's on around 42, 41 games,
yeah, well,
so
he'll
reach it.
Argy going on, just to cut across you there, as Fatajo fouled the Stamford man and then had a little bit of a kiss and a cuddle with him, but the ball's back under play. It's nice to see these players starting to stick around for a couple of seasons. It's been a while since we've had players hit those sort of milestones. Here comes Stamford, though, bursting forward with the number 7, Sanchez Tong. Sanchez Tong on the left-hand side, turns Caden Voice, and Caden Voice puts enough pressure on that Sanchez Tong falls over his own feet, and the ball goes out for a Kettering throw-in deep inside their own territory on the right-hand side, which Wes York will take.
Of course, we're looking at appearances. Paul White, 160, made 100. Made a lot of appearances in a row, and then got injured on his first appearance back with Poppies, as Ando has to react quickly as Sharp allows that to go out of play, and that will.
Yeah, so throw
into Stamford. Reece Sharp. Are we going to see a traditional long throw?
Well,
no, we're not.
Long throws have come back into fashion, and Reece Sharp, one of the original long throw merchants, has played it short. He dispossesses Loza, though, puts a ball in. No one's there. Alexander calms himself down.
Have to be fair with Reece Sharp's long throws for Kettering. They didn't amount to much, did they, really?
What a ball by Alexander to find Powell, just to cut across you.
Yeah, great ball, wasn't it? It's going to be a throw-in to Powell on the far side. He takes it quickly towards Ranger. Ranger being manhandled, and referee sees that. Good refereeing. That's a free kick just outside the area, and Ranger being manhandled, and referee Jackson there, straight on it.
Yeah,
and it will be a free kick to the men in red.
sorry, there was some strange creaking under our feet then.
Yeah.
I thought we were have to abandon ship
For
a
those of you
moment.
that don't like heights, I don't care about heights, but I know you're not too keen, Ed, but looking
Yeah.
through the cracks in the...
Don't look down. That's
Don't
all
look
we-
down. Free kick then on the far side, a very good area. That wall is not 10 yards. The referee is standing in 10 yards. He's got to go back 5 at least to pace out the yards. He has done.
Right, Powell. Does he go for it here? I think he does. There's not a plethora of players in the penalty area, is there, to
No.
awaiting a
Well, he can
cross
hit
in.
it. He's got a good strike on him as Callum Powell, and in the past has scored some crackers from free kicks, and he'll be desperate to get on the score sheet.
Here it comes, right-footed. Powell over. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. It looked fairly simple for Thomas Jackson, but he had to get across well and get a strong hand to it to keep it under his control as well. Well struck by Powell, and Stamford waste the ball as it rolls all the way through to Alexander.
It was
What a
on
place.
target, a good shot, good
Yeah.
strike. You know, Powell is desperate to get a goal. He only scored one since he's been back away at Stratford a season ago.
We're
And,
blessed with free kick takers really in this squad, aren't we? I mean, Thanodge can take them, Powell can take them, Glenn can
Loza.
take them, Loza. So there's quite a lot of options there as the ball is with the Kettering back line. You're not missing much. Leviano's looking for an option. He's just played a 1-2 with Thanodge and then clips one forward straight to the chest of Reece Sharp, who is probably coming here with a bit of a point to prove.
Well, not really. He left on his own accord, didn't he? He wasn't forced out. He decided
No,
to...
but you know, it's always nice to come back to an
Well, it
old
is.
club
I'll
and,
give you
and
that.
play
But,
well. And
Powell,
show
though,
them what they're missing.
intercepts, and lovely work from Powell. Beats one, beats two, then loses the ball. But there's Stanley to pick it up. Stanley comes inside. Good work from him. Then he's knocked down. Referee says no, and then he gives the foul, which is right
Yeah,
to
it is.
Stamford. Sharp want to take it quickly. It's been taken by the number 10, Thomas. Goes out wide on the far hand side to Mazzarano, who had that awful injury for Stamford, a cruciate ligament. He didn't play at all last season. As a Pong tries to get the ball away, plays it on to the Stamford player. Is the throw-in on the far side. You're listening to Poppers TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. We thank Marcus and the team, as usual, for their continued support. And ales.
Yes,
You
the
can-
ales, the important
The ales are the
bits.
important things, of course, that can be purchased at the club and various pubs around the county.
Absolutely. All good pubs will have it stocked, I assure you. Ball's back in play, and Stamford have it with their back line. And it's all the way back, in fact, to Thomas Jackson, who doesn't take a massively convincing touch, but he's got no pressure, so deals with it well and lofts long. It's missed by everyone, and here comes Stamford, but voices across to cut that one out and plays it to Wes York. York on the right-hand side towards the halfway line now. In fact, just goes over it and lofts one looking for Tajo. There's never going to be enough on it, and Stamford clear it away. They don't clear it away. They try and play it backwards and have played it straight out for a throw-in.
You'd have thought that they'd have actually mopped that up, wouldn't you? But it is a throw-in. Loza takes it quickly, finds it York. York back out to Loza on this wing. He's doing quite well down there. He's got Sharp in front of him. Loza. Still Loza. Can't beat Sharp, though. Not said that very often. And Sharp will gets the ball to Harry Vince. Vince plays a long ball into my Opong. Opong forward, but again, he gets the return. Might try a long ranger. He's due to this. Tries to lay it off, but cleared by Stamford. It is with Alfonsi. Plays it out wide to Mazzarano. Good counter attack. Lovely foot in by Opong. Sends it long. It's going to be covered by Jordan Cook. And no relation.
Unbelievable from Opong there. He played that ball in the final third, got it wrong. And with it, as soon as he played it, he was already back in left back to make that challenge. I was worried for a moment because he'd left his position open at left back, but he recovered well. Powell pushing and shoving, and yeah, he will foul the Stamford man. And there's another little bit of afters between the two of them. I don't think Powell can have many complaints. It's one of those where the moment you put your hands on a defender running back towards his own goal, you're asking for the referee to give you a fair free kick. And in fact, that was what happened.
Interesting scores here coming in. Needham Market 0, Bishop Stortford 2, and Banbury United 0, Real Bedford 2. Of course, Banbury having that superb win against Spalding on Saturday. 2 goals down at the moment. You're missing nothing. There's a free kick down the bottom side there. And those are the only scores that I've got at the moment in our division. We'll try and keep you updated as we can, but 2 away wins so far.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment.
12 minutes gone, still 0-0. Neither goalkeeper really tested. I mean, Thomas Jackson had a free kick to save from Callum Powell. He made it look, I think, easier than it was for him, but that's the only real test that either keepers had. Now here's Loza. Loza down the line looking for Stanley. Stanley himself, who's playing more centrally than I think he would like, given that, again, he is a wing-style player. Here's Wes York. Wes York looking for an option. Ranger wanted it played in. He instead plays it left to Loza, who's central. Loza clips one over to Powell. It's behind Powell, but in front of Oppong. Powell retreats to get it and now charges at the Stamford right side. Powell puts one in. He's overhit it, and Sharp didn't really know what was behind him, so just played it straight out for the first corner of the game.
Well, he had to do that, didn't he? He got Stanley waiting to tap the ball at an angle in, but he gives the corner away, first of the afternoon or evening even. And no rush to take it. Carts are going to take this one. No one's going towards the ball at the moment. In fact, they are now. Hatajo going over, who scored at that end on Saturday. Lovely goal it was. A welcome return on his debut. He's going to take this corner and gives the Poppies a chance to put Thomas Jackson and the defenders under pressure. Let's see what Ishii can do from this one. In it comes. Not a particularly good one at Basso, everybody, though, and that could have been a little better, but it is back with Thanoj, plays it back to Oppong. Oppong plays the ball out wide to Andau, and he loses the ball. In fact, it was Powell, not Andau. Harry Vince gets the ball back. It's played out to Sharp here on this left-hand side. He has to turn. Ball is played back to Wilson, cut out by Fataggio, then to Loza, teammates from Leyston. Not a lot on for Loza. Now he plays it to Thanoj. Thanoj, he's got 2 out on this right-hand side. Plays it out to Stanley, back to Thanoj. Thanoj switching it on the far side to Oppong. A great ball. He traps it well in between his feet. Plays it back to Voice. Back to Oppong. Oppong blistering down that touch line, and I think he's going to overrun it. And it's a corner. Great work from him in the end. I thought he'd lost the ball there, but another corner on the opposite side, Ed.
Really good work. I'm not massively sure the Stamford defender needed to make that challenge. He just needed to stand strong and let it go out of play. Corner taken short. Here's Loza. Loza onto his right foot. Needs an option. He's got 2 blue shirts in front of him. Does shovel one through, but it's headed away. And, oh, my word. Well, that clearance from, I don't know which Stamford player it was, because
I think it was Jordan Cook. He sliced that, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can even call it a slice. He was looking one way and kicked it the other.
Yeah, incredible. It goes over the tin hat and puts them back under pressure again. Who cares? It's going to be, this time Stanley is coming over to take the corner. Fataggio took the one a few moments ago, but now it's Stanley. Fataggio's gone with him. It might be a short one. It is. Stanley then from Fataggio, trying to get the ball at the near post. Then he's knocked off the ball. Foul. And right on the byline, just outside the penalty area. Free kick to Kettering, who have been quite impressive in the first 16 minutes of this first half so far.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the short corners. This is a Kettering side that have lost a little bit of height. Obviously, with Forsyth not playing, Glennon on the bench. You've really only got Voice, Ando and Ranger, who are aerially blessed in that penalty area. So
Landau's a mountain, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Ranger, we know he's very good defensively. He's got a few goals with his head. Remember Northampton Town?
Do you know what I do, strangely enough? But here comes the free kick. It is going to be Powell to take it. It's not in a shooting angle. It's right down by the byline on the right-hand side of Kettering's attack. There's a one-man wall for Stamford, who's being given some instructions by the referee, who moves away. There's a crowded penalty area. It'll be interesting to see what Powell does, whether he lofts one in or whether he tries to fizz one. He lofts one in. Ando tried volley. Comes back to Loza, whose half volley is smothered by Thomas Jackson. And another chance which Jackson claims.
Another shot on target, Ed, and the goalkeeper there, Jackson, doing well. He's delivered the ball straight to Anda. He plays it out wide with a little header to Oppong. Oppong now going forward. Kettering intent in attacking, which is good to see. Gets the ball to Thanodge. Back to Oppong. And Oppong beats one, beats two, and he's robbed of the ball as Mazzarano does well, beating his marker. Finds Jack Thomas. Thomas gets the ball in. Long range shot comes in and high, wide. And I won't say handsome a shot there. I think that was from the number 4 there. Ryan Wilson won't be troubling the statistician so far tonight.
No, but it is the first time a Stamford player has managed to let fly at the Kettering goal. Unconvincing, but Kettering will be happy if Stamford's shots all come from that sort of distance. Alexander plays one out to Oppong, who has to head it forward looking for Loza. Loza is beaten to it. The ball goes forward and Voice slams that one. Long looking for Powell. Powell forces the Stamford number 5 Cook to head the ball out for a throw-in, which wants to be taken quickly. It is taken quickly. It's not done Loza many favours, but it's back with Kettering now with Powell. Here's Loza again via Ranger. Thanodge. Thanodge can't find Powell, but the ball cleared only as far as Fataggio. Fataggio on the left-hand side. Slips in Callum Powell, who's onside towards the byline. Has a chance now, puts a ball cross, but again into the hands of Thomas Jackson, who claims and falls to the ground.
Yeah, good work again from Powell. He finishing off from where he left off on Saturday with these crosses over. But again, the goalkeeper saving the Daniels. It's certainly been Kettering's first 90 minutes of this game so far, who've been really 19 minutes, not 90. So I've missed about 80 minutes.
I know, I thought it's been entertaining, but not quite sure we're there yet.
Andow then plays it out wide to York. York back to Andow as the Kettering fans in Voice. That's not anything to do with Caden. Over the head there by Rowley and up and under, but well won in fact by. But Andow does well, beating Alfonsi to it. Out wide now with Oppong. Oppong searching down. They're trying to get the ball to Fataggio, but it doesn't reach him. Throw in to the Poppies. 0-0 if you've just joined us. All been Kettering so far in this first half.
Now that's a foul throw from Oppong. Now, to give the referee credit, it looked a foul throw. However, he wasn't that interested in giving it until the entire Stamford bench asked him for it, which they rightly did, because it was a foul throw.
Let's just hope it's consistent, because how many times do you see the throw-ins?
Well, we had one again on Saturday. It's I can't remember what Premier League club it was. They brought in a throw-in coach, didn't they? Not too long ago.
Was it Arsenal?
I think it might have been Liverpool, actually. Thank you very much. Stamford have the ball, lofted forward. It's a chance here for Stamford on the half volley. It's blocked by York, and it will be the first corner for the visitors. Stamford on their right-hand side, the left-hand side of Kettering's attack. Defence, rather.
So Alexander then might have to come into action, and now just leaves the ball for the number 4 Wilson to go down to the corner flag right in front of the new gleaming scoreboard. If you've not been recently, it's out there.
I'm sure I brought my sunglasses, I think.
Very bright in the night.
Looks good though. Left-footed corner in.
Swinging corner, and a lovely catch by the tall and impressive Alexander. And he's been superb since he's been back with the club. And I think Paul White will struggle to get back in the side. If
I was just about to say about Simon's headache when White's fit again. It's going to be an interesting one, because I don't think Alexander's really had a game where he's ever looked dodgy. But here's Fataggio, plays it through to Loza, who's onside. Loza, good save again. Thomas Jackson.
You'd have put money on Loza slipping that one in, wouldn't you? But a lovely ball through for Fataggio, and blocked again by the keeper, who's been very impressive as Jackson, saving Stamford at least on 2 occasions, as Andaz being forced to play out wide. Nobody with him at the moment, and has to clear the ball. It's a Stamford throw-in. Everybody else thinks it should be Kettering. Another decision there. Must be Scott Poston. It is.
I wasn't going to say it. He
That's,
was certainly a thorn in Kettering's side a few seasons ago, wasn't he?
He was not one of the most favourable officials that have graced Latter Park. Throw in taken quickly. It's a good throw in, actually, straight through to number 2. A chance here for number 8 to put the ball through. Puts it in end. Clear the voice there, stopping Vince. But Powell now is away on the far side. Comes it inside, just on the halfway line. Stretches it wide here, but Lowe's will do well to keep that in. He can't. It's just too much power. And that goes out for a throw-in. So voice stop Vince.
Yes, there's lots of voice puns I'm sure we can slip in at some point. But
did a few on Saturday, you know.
Yeah, we want to use them because if it's only going to be a short-term run, we'll have a chance. Hopefully, I mean, based on Saturday and the first 22 minutes of this game, hopefully it turns into something a little bit more longer-term.
He's certainly done himself no harm at all, has he? As young,
judging by Wolves' form, I think he's probably getting in their first team at this point.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yes, you're probably right there. Zando loses out, but Vince Voice is there, gets it through to Ranger. Ranger turns, loses the ball to Thomas, unluckily, then wins it back, threads the ball through, but it doesn't find Powell. It's hooked away by Stamford desperately. And there is Voice again, getting it through to Oppong. Little chip there, but beaten to it by Thomas. And a foul there missed by the referee as the number 11 Hobbins threads the ball through to Mazzarano. But there is Voice. He's trying to shepherd the ball away. He does. Lovely ball from him. Gets it to Oppong. Round of applause from the Poppies fans who appreciate the skill set there from the youngster. 1-2 with Oppong. Finds Powell. Switches it to York. York now with a bit of space here. He's got Stanley and Loza with him. Uses Loza, goes for the overrun, but little flick to Stanley. Stanley now out to York. York, though, doesn't keep up with play and lets the ball roll through.
Yeah, forgot we were playing with size 5 footballs there, whereas York put his foot right over the top of it.
Need some bigger boots, I think, that they might kept it
longer
in.
studs. Back in your day, Cookie, when studs were about 7 inches long.
And made of leather.
Yeah, made in stilettos every week. It's,
Dubbin. Remember Dubbin? You won't remember Dubbin,
no,
would you?
Strangely enough. Anyway, throw-in taken, flicked on by Sharp. That will be a foul, which Voice has committed on Alonzi.
Nice to see he's got a bit of spirit about him, isn't
to be
it?
fair, he's not being bullied, is he?
No.
Considering he's a 19-year-old central defender. He's on the right-hand side for Stamford. Played long down to the number 7, who takes a touch and puts one across the goal. Alexander sort of half dives at it, watches it go through. It's going to stay on the pitch, although it now goes off thanks to York's intervention off Reece Sharp.
Half chance there for Stamford across the goal, wasn't it? But any little tap in would have been a goal, but nobody of Stamford was running in to do that.
This game's probably going the exact way that you expected it to go. Kettering are having the majority of the possession and looked more dangerous, but Stamford are performing well defensively and then sort of hitting some counter-attacks when they have the opportunity to. Just nothing really clicking for either side in the final third yet.
Looking at the Stamford sides of last season and in previous seasons, without wishing to say too much, they're not their usual self, Stamford, are they? I mean, bottom of the league, they're struggling to put a run together. But at the moment, it's at 0-0. And while it's 0-0...
At all what you expect from Stamford.
No, it's not.
And not what you expect for, like him or loathe him, Graham Drury or any of his sides. It's really not like them. So he's got questions to answer in himself as Stamford keep the ball on the halfway line and, in fact, turn all the way around and go to Thomas Jackson in goal, who takes a touch right-footed and looks like he'll come out this near side, but he changes the last minute and goes centrally. Good towering header from Voice. Here's Powell. Powell down the left-hand side. He's being shepherded well, but he's paced away. Cuts back on his right foot, lovely, and then tries a Rabona cross in. Doesn't fall for anyone. Ranger goes down. Referee says no, but it comes back out to Powell. Powell lofts one in towards the back post for Loza. Not enough on it. And headed away by Stamford. And they'll bring the ball away, but Powell is carrying on that rich vein of form and really causing issues on the left for Kettering, or causing them for Stamford, I should say, on the left for Kettering. Here's York, though, on the right, trying a different angle of attack this time, the Poppies. Loza has the overlap of York, but chooses not to use him and goes back to Thanodge. Thanodge looking for an open red shirt, of which there aren't many, but he finds for Tajo, who goes back to Voice. Caden Voice now out to Eddie Oppong playing in that left wing back position, being faced up by the number 2, tries to go past him, doesn't, loses the ball, and crucially, Mazzano keeps the ball. Lofted forward, that should be Ando's. It is. Levi Ando takes one touch. Ooh, goes back to the goalkeeper, Alexander, under the foot of the attacking Stamford man. And we have some score updates.
Yeah, Bury Town 1, Spalding 0, and Quorn 0, Bromsgrove Sporting 1 at the moment.
Spalding
So
having a little bit of a...
that's a shame, isn't it?
Not a wobble, I say, because it's only a couple of games and it's very early in this one, but a few sort of strokes of the chin, I think, there. But the ball's back again with Thomas Jackson. Long kick, right-footed, going down the centre again. Voice again wins the header, but it only falls to the number 7 who lofts it forward. Ando is covering well and left-footed, slides and plays the ball over on the far side for a Stamford throw-in. 27.5 gone. 0-0 if you're just joining us. Loza with the best chance of the game. One-on-one with Thomas Jackson, who's been very good today. Came out, smothered the ball well as Loza attempted to slip it underneath him. But here is Reece Sharp with a throw-in on the far side. And it will be a long throw.
Yeah, it was about time that Sharpie put one in. We've seen these countless times, the poppies, all resulted in nothing. You can guarantee what's going to happen here, can't you? As the ball comes in, it is a long throw in. It's headed out by Oppong. It is out back to Sharp, but bit of a scramble in there as Jordan Cook can't do much with it. Trying to find Ranger is Kettering, but Stamford get the ball back on this left-hand side. Back to the number 4, Wilson. Wilson, bit of interplay here for the first time from Stamford. In swinging, ball comes in. Out comes Alexander. Catches it on the 6-yarder box. Sends it long, but not going to reach Loza. Well defended. That is Tong with the ball. Finding Rowley. On the far side to Mazzarano. Back to the keeper, Thomas Jackson, who's seen a lot of the ball as the Stamford goalkeeper. Made some crucial interceptions and a decent couple of smothering saves, as Ed said. That ball almost out, but Sharp keeps it in. Sharp again leaves it for Vince. It's sent long. Andau's going to have to work here. He does. And does well. And then loses the ball. Wins it back again. Good work from Levy. Denying Alfonsi. Ranger chests the ball down, gets a little flick on there, but unlucky for Ranger and Stanley. Goes out of play for a throw-in near the halfway line. Still 0-0. 30 minutes gone here. If we had a pie chart on this, as they do on the TV, it would probably show 75% Kettering.
Of course, that well-known visual aid on the television of a pie chart to describe possession.
Well, I think it's
you
a
might
pie
want
chart.
a bar chart is probably more accurate.
Is it pie chart in cricket, that is it?
Possibly, as Alexander does enough with a really rather under-hit back pass to get it to Oppong, who plays to Powell. Powell keeps it in. No, he doesn't keep it in. And actually, I feel like Powell could have kept that in, but it's a throw in Kettering's way anyway. Voice back to Oppong. It's all on the left-hand side for Kettering at the minute. Oppong to Powell. Oppong continues his run, but Powell looks backwards to Thanod, who turns out and plays a switch to Wes York. Wes York now bursting forward, goes out wide right to Connor Stanley. Stanley now facing up Reece Sharp, goes towards the byline, clips one in, headed up and not away for touch. Oh, great save again, Thomas Jackson.
Off the line, wasn't it?
Unbelievable save from Thomas Jackson to stop that volley from Fatajo going in for him to get 2-2 since his return. And Stamford have the ball, play it long, cut out easily by Oppong, who chests it down and then gets on his bike forward to Powell. Powell is absolutely clattered.
That's going to be a booking, I think.
Sure, yeah, it's a booking as well.
Who's that for?
It's not wrong either. It's I can't see which player it is. I mean, Drury's got his hands up and asking the question.
Well, he wouldn't know Drury, would he, anyway? So
that is a free kick and a yellow card. Powell was absolutely battered there by the...
He's taking one for the team. You can see that Drury's going to say, take Powell out, because he's running rings round, isn't he?
Mazzano, who's been booked. I've kept my eye on the player, but he's yet to actually turn around and show the number that he's wearing.
Does look like Mazzano
he's finding
from here.
every way to move around this pitch without turning.
We'll get you. We'll get you. Powell seems okay, though.
Yeah, it's the right back, which I think Charlie
It
Mazzano is playing right back for them. So I'd be confident in saying that. The ball is played out right quickly from this free kick. Wes doesn't quite get the ball with him, but now he does. He's got Stanley outside of him, which he's going to have to use. But Stanley's in a bit of a corner, gets out of it well to find York. York towards the byline, gets a deflected ball back to him again. Stanley now with it. Stanley doing well, bursting into the penalty area, is fouled. It's on the edge of the penalty area, and it is right on the edge of the penalty area.
It is, isn't it? 6 inches, and that would have been a penalty, that's for sure. He's causing havoc again, is Stanley, as the forward line is for the Poppers. And Powell having a little word with Loza about this free kick, the referee there. It's going to be a foot outside the area.
It's one of those, isn't it? For a right footer, it's always going into the penalty area. If you had a left footer on it, maybe try and beat the keeper out of the near post. It's only going to be a two-man wall, which tells you the angle this free kick is
very
at.
acute. It's going to be if he's going to try a shot on target, isn't it?
Powell won't with a right foot. It would be a left footer, if at all. But it's Powell, the only man standing over it. That box is now flooded with players.
Is he going to slip it to Thanos to try and curl one in? No, he's not. He comes in here.
It's a waste.
Was a waste as York mops up, plays it out wide. Mataggio back to Thanodge. That's out wide to Voice. His cross is blocked. It finds Thanodge. Thanodge slips it inside, but then it's cleared by the Daniels, and away comes Sanchez Tong. Gets the ball on the far side to Thomas. Back with Mazzarano to the goalkeeper, who's been in superb form for the Daniels tonight. Without him, there'd be 2 down at least, I would have thought. Mataggio gets the ball to Loza. Loza, nobody on this right-hand side for him. Has to come in. He may have to switch it. Loza controls well. Tries to dissect the pass to Stanley, but it's intercepted. And cleared by Voice. Intercepted by the number 7. It's out wide to Sharp, who leaves it for Ryan Wilson. Then Sharp into Kettering's half on the left-hand side. Slips the ball through to the number 9, Alfonso. It's with Wilson. Back to Wilson. Left-footed, puts one in the penalty area. Ball is out wide to Sharp. Sharp trying to get the ball over. Can't. Robbed by Thanodge. Thanodge away to Fataggio. Fataggio switches it on the far side. A good ball to Callum Powell. Callum Powell, only Ranger up front going as Powell now is running at this defence. Ranger goes in the penalty. Powell comes in. He's overrun the handball and is giving it the way. Well, it hit the hand, didn't it? And he's given it the other way.
I mean, it's struck from about 1.5 yards away from Powell at his face. So he's brought his hands up to protect his face, and the referees deemed that is an illegal movement from Callum Powell. 35 minutes we've just ticked over to now. 0-0 it is. Kettering having the best chances. Loza with one, Powell with another, and Fataggio with a shot which pulled out a wonderful save from Thomas Jackson, who has by far and away been the reason that Stamford are not behind in this game. He's been excellent today, the goalkeeper so far. His distribution, his shot stopping, his command of his penalty area, all been wonderful, the Stamford keeper.
Because they've had one off the line, haven't they? Blocked as well, which...
yeah, that was by Jackson as well. So it's a really good performance from him so far. Kettering have just got to keep knocking on the door. See whether it will be left ajar at some point. Here's Stamford. Good triangles from them out to the right-hand side. Ball down towards the byline. Chance here for Stamford to put one in the penalty area. Headed away at the near post by Ando. Out for a corner kick. And new balls, please, says the referee. As Ando clears that one over his own goal.
Of course, on Saturday, Kettering had all the play in the first half and conceded a fluke goal, didn't they? And this is sort of similar today to a certain extent.
I think this has been a more dominant display from Kettering. I mean, the first 15 minutes, Kettering weren't really at the races on Saturday. They were playing well enough, but certainly after 15 minutes, it was all Kettering. And it was a deflected goal, a cruel one, really.
Well, it was. It wrong-footed Alexander, didn't it?
But here we go. Let's hope that doesn't happen again, as there's a corner for Stamford. In it comes towards the near post, headed up, but not really away by Ando. Now away by Oppong. Loza's up there, but he won't get there as it's lofted in by Stamford. There were 2 players for Stamford offside. who both knew it and allowed the ball to bounce into Alexander.
Oppong, for quite a diminutive player, gets up well, doesn't he, defensively? And did well there. With
Certainly
the
for a player who's not really defensively minded, he's doing very well defensively as well.
Thanodge then on the halfway line. Still on the halfway line. Plays it back to Voice. Voice going out wide. Is tackled late. Gets the ball up to Oppong, and then Oppong loses the ball as the number 7, Sanjay Tong, puts the ball in here. Well won by Andow. Gets the ball to Stanley. Stanley now he's got Loza, if you can see him. Puts the ball out to Loza. Loza with a bit of room to run on this right-hand side. Loza then, he's got the overlapping Stanley if he wants him. Comes inside the area, penalty area, puts the ball in. It misses everybody. There is Fatajo. Can he try a long ranger? Too many people in the way for him. Plays it out wide. It doesn't reach Stanley. It does now from the head of the Stamford player. In comes Stanley. Stanley puts the ball over. Cries of handball. Nothing given. It's back now with Powell. Powell puts one in towards that back post. There's Ranger. He can't get there. It's hooked away by a Stamford player in desperation. Oppong gets a leg in. There is Range on the edge. Put to Oppong. Oppong shoots. It's deflected. And that goes for a goal kick. I thought that was a corner. But must have hit come off a Kettering man. Looks like for Tajo. And Stamford escape again.
38 gone in this game. Alexander, other than a few claims, has not really had a lot to do. Thomas Jackson has had a lot to do. And he's now slowing the game down, as you would probably expect from a team that are a little bit under the cosh at the minute. Right-footed, looking for Sharp. It hangs up and allows York to get in there. Sharp has fallen heavily. He's back on his feet, though. That's not a great header in the middle, but dealt with well by Stamford. Headed back out to Sharp, who is still on his haunches. He's got up to continue playing. Puts the ball out for a throw-in. And I was expecting him to go back down on his haunches there, because he certainly had a bit of a knock with that fall. He stays up. Throw-in taken by York to Powell. Powell back to York. York to Thanodge. Thanodge will go across the back line, will he? Yes, he does, to Caden Voice. Caden Voice, the youngster from Wolves, out to Eddie Oppong. Eddie Oppong chinks round and goes down the left-hand side. Here's Loza. Loza and Powell have switched wings. Loza's on the left-hand side. Powell is on the right. That ball forward is well brought by Fatajo to win the ball, but couldn't quite bring it under his control, and out for a goal kick it will go. Stamford, I think you have to say, will be very happy if this continues to be 0-0 at half-time.
They will indeed. The goalkeeper in particular has saved them on countless occasions. It's been all Kettering, really, with the exception of just one sort of scramble effort by Stamford. And when you've been under this sort of pressure and to remain 0-0, of course, the manager and staff will be happy as they come forward just before half-time. Well, 40 minutes we're into now as Thanodge retains the ball on the halfway line, plays it out wide to Oppong. Oppong into Ranger. Ranger back to Oppong. He finds, it's a lovely ball to Wes York from Thanodge on the other side. York out wide, this time to Powell. As Ed said, have swapped sides. Powell comes inside to Fatajo. He can't get there. The ball will get to Sharp. He does well under pressure from York. Teammates a couple of seasons ago. As Martin clears it, but it only hits Stanley towards Thanodge. Gets a head to it, but he couldn't really control it. The ball on the halfway line with Jack Thomas loses it out to Oppong. Does exceptionally well. Oppong going forward, plays it out wide to Loza. Loza passes as Silva has the ball, then he loses it, unfortunately. Cleared. Oppong can't get there. Sanchez Tong can. Over the halfway line, into Kettering's half. 2 marching up. Good tackle. And Kettering still can't get the ball away from Harry Vince. He goes down. It's a throw-in to the Poppies, and it remains 0-0. 42 minutes we're into it.
Yeah, brilliant strength from Leviando there. Shepherded his man well. Again, another great recovery run from Eddie Oppong to disrupt that Stamford counter-attack. 3.5 to go, plus whatever's added on. Throw in taken by not great. Not what you call a traditional throw in, but it's worked. Can't be brought under by Ranger. Great challenge by Thanod. Well, Thanod is getting booked here, and that was a wonderful challenge from Andy Thanod. I'm not overly sure how. I'm not really overly sure how it's a free kick, let alone a yellow card. It's a really good challenge. I mean, Andy Thanod's a player who you don't usually see flying into tackles anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure the referee Matthew Jackson has got that one right, and it gives Stamford a chance. It's a long way out. He probably will fancy himself for a shot. Who's on it? It's not Reece Sharp, so
It's
it might hit
Wilson,
the
I think it
target.
is.
I'm joking.
No,
I'm
you're not.
joking.
No, you're not.
I'm joking. That's a long-standing joke us and Reece had when he was a Kettering player.
Yeah, good old Reece.
But yeah.
It's Ryan Wilson over the ball, and
It is what you would typically say Reece Sharp territory. He is going to shoot. It hits the wall, hits Stanley. Now it's out with the 10 who lofts it back in. He's onside. Stamford man flicks it on. But that's easily out for.
Since they've lost Jack Duffy, the forward line for Stamford at the moment seems quite impotent to what it is usually. Duffy, by all accounts, received a 20-game ban by the FA for an incident last season, being sent off. And by all accounts, I don't know if it's true or not, but by all accounts, has left the Lincolnshire club. He did score one of the 4 goals that Stamford have scored this season in the league, and was a decent player for the Lincolnshire side. A lovely ball there, and lovely work from Andar. Heads the ball back to the keeper, Alexander. He bowls the ball out to York. York now with a bit of space on this right-hand side. Sends it long for Taggio, but well won by Wilson. There's Loza, gets it to Stanley. Stanley turns again, a little pirouette from him, gets it to Thanod. Thanod switches it on the far side. Good ball to Opong. He's got Powell in front of him, who he uses. Powell now. Can he come inside? Powell wants in, punts it in here, little flick. And Ranger can't steer it in the net this time. It goes straight into the arms of the keeper, Jackson. And Stamford survive again.
Kettering fans counting down how long Jackson's had the ball in his hands. Of course, the new 8-second laws come in at all levels of football.
They never heard it used in the pre-season game against was it Basingstoke when we played them? But certainly on Saturday, the goalkeeper seemed to have it in his arms or hands longer than 8. But away comes Reece Sharp in unfamiliar all blue, sending it through. But lovely work from Andau, disposing Sanchez Tong puts the ball out there to Loza. Loza onside. Can he get the ball in? He can. It comes over to back post here. It's going to go out of play. Powell can't keep it in. Lovely ball in though.
Teasing, wasn't it?
It was teasing and
in the what's it called? The corridor of uncertainty for the goalkeeper. The area just between sort of the 6-yard box and the penalty spot, where he doesn't know whether to come for it or stay for it. Unfortunately, it just skipped away from Powell at the back post. And we are about to see the added time because we've ticked over to 45 and 1 minute.
1 minute
of it. I mean, I thought there was probably a couple more stoppages than 1 minute, but
yeah, there's been no real injuries there, has there? There's not been
there's been a few bookings though, hasn't there? And quite a few times the ball's been out of play. Here's Stanley out to York. York does well to bring it under his control. Into Ranger back to York, plays it through to Fataggio. It's very good defending by Kyle Rowley, who shepherds it out for a goal kick. And I think that's probably
going to be it, isn't it?
To be that.
So Thomas Jackson going to end proceedings in this first half. It's been dominated really by the Poppies. Just haven't been able to stab the ball in the net. Thomas Jackson's earned his crust so far. Ball is out towards Sharp. It goes out of play. And there goes the halftime whistle. A dominant display from the Poppies, but they just can't find the net at the moment. And again, they've been really quite impressive in this first half. But it ends the first half here. Kettering Town 0, Stamford 0. Ed and I will take a break, and we'll be back with you in about 50 minutes' time. Welcome back to Latimer Park for the second half of this Pitching In Southern League Premier Central game. Currently, it's Kettering Town 0, Stamford 0, and to be honest, Kettering have had the majority of the first half, been really, really dominant. Goalkeeper Thomas Jackson has been in excellent form for the Daniels, and without his heroics, Kettering probably would have scored a couple of goals at least, but it's still 0-0, and while it's still 0-0, it can go either way. And the Poppies, of course, wanting to carry on from their good form from Saturday. Some half-time scores for you, if I can find my list. Yes, here we go. We've got Banbury United 1, Real Bedford 2, Bury Town 1, Spalding 0, Needham Market 0, Bishop Stortford 2, Quorn 0, Bromsgrove 1, Worcester 0, Alfchurch 0, and of course last night it was Redditch United 0, Harbour Town 3. So those are your half-time scores. Got the attendance for you. I'll give it to you now, although we haven't announced it here at Latimer Park yet. But quite a surprise, to be honest. 994. I was 200 out on that, which, considering Stamford have probably brought around 30, maybe, fans in the tin hat. Very good attendance indeed, no doubt, buoyed by that game on Saturday. And Kettering have been in sparkling form so far in this first half, but have failed to put the ball in the net, not for the want of trying, and the excellence of Thomas Jackson in goal. Andy Thanodge making his 50th appearance, crown that with a booking. And we've seen the return of three former Poppies for Stamford in Charlie Mazzarano, Reece Sharp, and on the bench, John Challenger, who's incredibly 44 years of old. Poppies then kicking towards the Pro-Saw end in this second half. And it will then to kick off. No changes I don't see for either side at the moment. Your subs for the Poppies: Will Glennon, Mika Anthony, Kai Fifield, Brandon Barker, and Alfie Lewis. So there's Paul White just jogging off on the other side there. His arm is out of the cast. Set to be on Saturday. He's out for at least another 5 or 6 weeks before he can try and displace Jason Alexander, who's been in excellent form since his return to the club. And waiting for the officials to cross over to the other side. It's going to be Spalding to get us underway, kicking from left to right in all blue. And hopefully we can see the scoreline change from 0-0.
Be nice. It's no less really than what the Poppies deserve after their first half. Kickoff being slightly delayed because a few of the Kettering backroom staff are no real rush to move across the pitch. First time in a while that we've not seen any substitutions made at half time for Simon Holyhead.
Yeah, he normally makes a change if things aren't going well, but things are going well. Yeah,
really.
And just a bit unlucky in front of goal with finding a goalkeeper in inspired form.
It'll be interesting to see whether Fatajo and Powell complete the 90, considering they're still coming back from lengthy absences. We're back underway then. And it's hit long by Stamford out on this near side. Out for a Kettering throw-in. And it will be Oppong to take it. Thrown long. Ranger can't win the header. It's come off a Stamford man for another Kettering throw-in. Right in front of our gantry here on the left-hand side. Just inside Poppy's territory. Being told to come back, Eddie Oppong actually. Throws long, doesn't reach Ranger. Does win the flick on though. But hooked and away by Stamford backline. Ando wins the first contact, Oppong the second, and then cleared away by Voice, who hits it long, headed away again. Fatajo wins the header, brought down by Stanley, who is felled by Jack Thomas. Kettering want to take the free kick quickly. They have done now. Thanodge down the line looking for Powell. I think he's probably overhit it. He has, although Powell's kept it in. And Powell is felled. Referee says no penalty. Didn't look like there was a lot in it. Kettering go back again. Here's Oppong. In fact, I really don't know how much contact there was. Callum Powell seems to think there's a lot. Oppong puts one in towards the back post. It's overhit, and Ranger actually left it because he thought someone was coming in on the back post, but there wasn't. Here's Loza now facing his own goal. Back to York. Where's York into Thanodge? Under pressure, back to York. York takes a few touches, now bursts forward. He's got Powell at the back post, who he's still not using. He hasn't seen him. York goes back, deflected, gets it back to Loza. Loza being faced up on his left foot, puts one towards the edge of the box. Stanley's not there, and Fataggio had made a different run, and Stamford clear it away for Voice to get. It'll be interesting to see that one back on the highlights for Powell. It was certainly a lunge in from the defender.
Did look like a theatrical sort of
I don't know how much contact there was.
Fataggio then for Kettering gets it to Oppong, close to Stanley. Stanley, can he beat his man? He can't. The big number 5 comes over, clears it. Good clearance from Jordan Cook. Only towards Thanodge, but again, Cook then slices the ball towards Powell. It's spinning everywhere, and the spin beat everybody. Phil Tufton would have been pleased with that one.
I was going to say, Shane Warne special, that wasn't
it? Wasn't it? It was very unlucky for all concerned. If you just joined us at 0-0 here at Latimer Park, you're listening to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Ed Palmer, bringing you this broadcast this evening in a very, very cool Tuesday night. The ball is now with Rhys Sharp on the far side. Sharp beats Fataggio, puts the ball in. There's a chance here for the number 9. But well won by Fataggio. Gives the ball away. He's tripped in the end, and that is a free kick. And
I don't know how much contact there was, and the referee was watching. He was looking the opposite way.
If that was a penalty, that was but it does result in a free kick for the Poppies. Andau leaves it for Alexander, plays it out wide to Wes York, who's hugging the byline on the far side. Wes York on the halfway line sends a chase for Stanley and fits the ball through. Here's a chance here for Loza. Can he get the ball in? Loza puts in there. Oh, another brilliant save from the keeper. This man is unstoppable, is Jackson. Again, a lovely strike there from Powell. At full stretch, the keeper parries the ball over. We can't beat him.
I was going to say, I think he's more unbeatable than unstoppable, but Kettering just cannot find a way past Thomas Jackson. He's been sensational and was, again, a really good save. Low to his right, strong hand, pushed it up and away, out for a corner, but now there's a chance for Kettering, and they are going to put this corner in. They've been taking short corners all first half, but it will be Callum Powell to loft this one into the penalty area, and it goes. It is lofted in as well, headed away fairly easy. Fataggio can't bring the ball under control, but he will leave it for Powell, who's retreated back and now facing forward, shovels past one, tries to shuffle past another, puts a ball in and gets it deflected out for a Kettering corner again.
He was lucky there, wasn't he? Because it wasn't on target, and he did deflect off a Stamford player for a corner. But again, the goalkeeper, Thomas Jackson, they must probably knight him when they get him back, because he's been in superb form this evening. As Callum Powell on this left-hand side puts the ball just inside the quadrant. And can Kettering break the deadlock here? It comes in towards that back post, a dreadful corner. And that's going to go out or throw it on the far side. Went over everybody.
Yeah, I concur with the phrase used by the cameraman to my right there. Well, I shan't quite repeat it. But not
any words you can use?
Not many of them.
Ah, right. Okay.
I don't know what's happened there from Callum Powell. I mean, he's
like a toe punt, wasn't it? It was hit with excess
It didn't
pace.
bounce before it hit the other side of the penalty area. I mean, yeah, not a great one there from the Kettering talisman. Good work from Ando. Really good work from Ando, actually. And the ball has found its way to Jamal Loza, who lets it run out for a throw-in. Wants to take it quickly. Thinks better of it. Passes it back to Wes York, who has the ball in his hands. Headed away only as far as York again. York will go backward now to Thanodge. Thanodge left-footed, switches the ball to Powell. Well cut out by Mazzano, who's on a booking. Good touch from Oppong. Oppong in the middle to Fataggio. He's got a bit of space. Puts it back through to Oppong. Oppong back to Fataggio. Powell facing up Mazzano. Puts it in low. Cleared away at the first attempt by the back line again of Stamford. And they may try a counter-attack here. Here's the number 8, the captain. Plays it long for the barreling forward, Reece Sharp, who will keep it in play. And now there's a chance for Stamford to go on the counter-attack. There's an underlap, which he has used. And it will be kept in play as well. Right down by the corner flag, and a foul by Connor Stanley, who was back defending. And this is a free kick right by the corner flag. And there's going to be a substitution for the away side, Stamford. Graham Drury has obviously seen something in the first 6, nearly 7 minutes of this to change. Number 3, Reece Sharp is coming off. And Connor Bartle is coming on. So that was the last action for the former Kettering man. And he is hobbling quite nastily there, actually, on his left foot. And that doesn't look like a tactical substitution. That may very well be because he's injured himself a bit there, Sharp.
Yeah, we did say looked a bit unfit in that first half, didn't we? He didn't seem to be 100%.
Didn't seem to be moving right,
he didn't. No, he didn't. But it is going to be a free kick on the far side, and Kettering going to face a challenge early in this second half, having started the half on fire again, but meeting Thomas Jackson, who's been in impressive form. Free kick then on the far side, a lot in the 6-yard box. Referee now moving into penalty area to get a better vision of the pushing and shoving that's going on in that 6-yard box, which there is a little bit of. Free kick comes in low, flicked on there, chance here, and cleared by Kettering to Oppong. Oppong's got Powell here. Callum Powell, though, isn't going to beat the number 2 he has. He's got the ball through, but he can't get by Hobbins. And Stamford are again with a lovely tackle by Andow for a throw on the far side. No prisoner taken there.
I'm taking the ball, I'm taking you, I'm taking half of the pitch up with me.
Well, there's no divot, so I have to say the pitch does look good, though, doesn't it, from this angle?
Looks very nice. Best we've ever seen this pitch, has to be said.
Usually the laughing stock Latimer Park, but have to go a long way to find one better than this at the moment. As Kettering can't get the ball away to throw in on the far side. York with it halfway in Kettering's half on the far side as the Kettering fans in full voice in the Pro Saw end. Flicked on by Ranger, but cleared by Stamford again. There's a chance here. And nodded back by Voice to Alexander. He bowls the ball out to Oppong. Now Oppong got a bit of space to run at Stamford. Nobody else with him at the moment. Fatajo now joins in the action. Oppong goes by one, beats him, then manhandled here. Referee says nothing. Poor work from Jackson, the referee, and a poor ball from Thanodge, but it does arrive at York. York on the far side plays the ball back to Andow, who's impressing every game he plays is Andow, then loses the ball. Gets back and Kettering retain the ball. Loza plays it out wide. Loza in the middle there. There's Loza. They can get ahead and he can't. It goes over Powell, in fact, and it's going to be a chase for Mazzarano, the ex-Poppy, but Powell's matching him. Come through. It's a decent ball. It goes over York. A chance here for Vince. Comes inside. Might try a long ranger. Puts the ball through to Charlie Mazzarano out wide. Down by the byline. Slips inside to Thomas. And Kettering deal with it quite nicely and get the ball away as Connor Stanley now is running away with the ball. Stanley has got Oppong on his elbow. And there's a problem on the far side.
Andow, isn't it? He's gone down off the ball.
Andow has gone down off the ball, and referee has stopped play. This isn't good for the Poppies.
I mean, we're in a strange position where we actually have got some defensive players on the bench. I mean, one. And it's Glennon, so it would be a like for like.
Well, that was that tackle after he lost the ball. After I was saying how well he played, he lost the ball and then has gone down off the ball, which has stopped the Kettering attack going forward. And Michael Hunter's the first real break in the game in either half.
Yeah, neither physio's been needed so far. It's taken 55 minutes, which we're on. 0-0 it is, before any real treatment's been needed for any player. I mean, it doesn't look like, Will Glennon's out there warming up, but he's not been called back to the bench yet. So he doesn't look interested in coming back to the bench either. So we expect this to be fairly routine for Leviando, who today really is sort of playing himself into man of the match. conversations for the Poppies, I think.
Well, he has, hasn't he? He's played very, very well indeed, but he's down at the moment. His latest scores for you. Spalding have equalised. Has equalised. It's that man Bart Cybulski on 59 minutes. Hales 0-1, Stratford 0. Bishop Stortford have gone 3 up at Needham Market. And Quorn have equalised against Bromsgrove Sporting. So those are the latest scores. As Andau is still down.
This is a long stoppage, and
It
again,
is a long
Will Glennon
stoppage.
is not at all interested, or I should say the Kettering bench are not interested in calling Will Glennon back. Is probably a more accurate statement.
Well, I can see Graham Drury there.
He's having a word with the referee,
His
isn't
arms
he?
going everywhere at the referee.
Not many people who look up to referees, but Drury's one of them.
But he's still down, so this is quite a lengthy stop in play. Just to remind you, there's no game on Saturday. And Kettering's next action is in the FA Trophy third qualifying round away at St Ives. As Kai Fifield sprinting across the pitch to go down the tunnel.
Sure what's going on here? Again, Glennon not at all in coming back to the bench. So it might be a blood injury. The referee's having a long conversation, and if it is a blood injury, he'll be telling him that he can't come on until he's been assessed by the official on the far side. I imagine the majority of the fans in here will be frustrated that he's not allowed on. It's one of those very lesser known laws in football, which came in not long ago, actually, a few seasons ago, that any blood injuries have to be assessed by
Looks like it's coming back
a
on the
referee. Yeah, but if it's a blood injury, he won't be allowed on until he's been assessed, which means Kettering will be down to 10 until the ball is back out of play again. Kettering have it with a drop ball. Oppong back to...
Just had an interesting one there.
Yes.
Kai Fifield ran across the pitch. It could be a contact lens missing. You've got to get another contact lens. You never know. That is one
But
scenario.
it would be a hell of a long stoppage for a contact lens, unless it had sort of rolled up underneath the eyelid, which can be quite uncomfortable and difficult to sort out.
Well, the Poppies down to 10 men at the moment, but Rangers got the ball out wide to Loza on the far side. And he's not on for him at the moment. Juggles with the ball, gets it back to York. And now still on the halfway line. Back to Fataggio. Back to York. He loses the ball. And that's a throw on the far side. Taken from the wrong place. Moving ball, but it arrives at Sanchez Tong. Stamford, one extra man at the moment. In the penalty area. The chance here for them comes in. Blazes it over the bar, and that goes them out of play. And Andau still... over there, putting a boot on now.
Right, well, the official on the far side has checked he's okay, and back comes Leviando. So Kettering are back to a full complement as we hit the hour mark. And Ando, whatever has happened there is now sorted. And he's back in the back line again. Voice to Oppong. Oppong running down this left-hand side, has to be checked back for the halfway line, plays in the middle to Ranger. Ranger holds the ball up. He doesn't really have an option. He now has Thanoj. Thanoj plays one through to Powell, but that's over hit, and Jackson will let that one roll to his feet and is in no real hurry to get the ball back moving again, but he doesn't have to because the ball is at his feet. He's not picked the ball up yet. Ranger goes forward to put some faux pressure on him, and now he does pick the ball up.
We're into 60 minutes and we haven't made a substitution. That was the longest period so far this season where Simon Holyhead hasn't made a substitution as Voice gets the ball to Stanley. Stanley trying to find Fataggio. Fataggio has the ball just on the outside, finds it out to Loza. Loza can't beat his man though, and Wilson does well fending him off. He's down by the corner flag though. Loza almost fouls him, but Wilson does well. Gets the ball away. And it's back though with Ando. Gets his first touch since his injury. Gives the ball away. It goes out for a throw-in. George Hobbins, it's a Kettering throw-in actually. Finds Voice. Voice in the centre. Plays it out wide to Oppong. Oppong now being urged to go forward. He's got the overlapping Stanley if he wants him. He's going inside. Plays it through to Ranger. Ranger can't do too much. And that's going to go out for goal kick. Very unlucky there. It hit the corner flag and rolled out for a goal kick. 0-0. We're into 62 minutes here at Latimer Park, and it's still 0-0.
It is. This will frustrate Kettering. Frustrate Simon Holyhead, who's seen his team do more than enough to go at least 1-0 up. I think the referee may book Thomas Jackson here. Not the first time he's taken. Oh, well, that was a sarcastic clap. He's off. He's off. Well, huge blow for Stamford. From a moment of madness from what has been the best player on this pitch so far. Thomas Jackson has been unbeatable. He's been booked for wasting time. He has been warned about it in the first half. And after the yellow card came out, Thomas Jackson sarcastically clapped towards the referee, to which the referee said, you know as well as I do that is a booking. And he's booked him again for dissent. That's 2 yellow cards, and the goalkeeper, who has been instrumental in keeping Stamford in this game, has seen red in both literally and figuratively, and has got himself sent off. What a silly, silly moment from what a wonderful goalkeeper.
If Stamford do lose this game, then Thomas Jackson, for all his heroic, has got to take the blame for it because, as you said, a very silly, silly person indeed, and deserves to go down, should know better, and he walks off
from
distinctively.
The FA have been so clear with regards to what you can and can't do as a goalkeeper. And it was just a moment. He just lost his head, didn't he? It happens to the best of players. And he just had a momentary head loss. And he may very well have caused an issue for Stamford. Now, it is an outfield player going in goal. I didn't see who's taken the gloves.
Second red card for opposition against Kettering this season. And has the tide of this game turned as an outfield player? We don't know who has gone in, but Thomas Jackson, fool to cry. Wasn't that one by the Stones? I think he certainly was there, and the red mist came down. You can't argue with referees. The referee spot on with that, and we're back underway.
Kyle Rowley, the number 6, who has got in goal for Stamford. But here comes Stamford on the attack, actually. Now going to get a corner. Down to 10 men and an outfield player in goal, and Stamford have got a corner at the other end. Kettering have got to keep their focus now. It'd be easy to relax a little bit and think,
definitely,
well, this is a chance now. We can swagger about a bit. Get that goal, get that couple of goal lead, and then you can maybe take your foot off the gas a little bit. But Stamford will not be looking out there just to keep a draw. They are going in for a very, very instant kill here. Stamford.
Well, we've seen scripts like this before, aren't we? Down to 10 men, the 10 men come back, and it was hit here against Stamford, so it's going to be a corner, comes in high towards that back post and hits a Kettering player and is cleared again. That's going to go for another corner, a throw-in right on the corner flag down here. And they always had the cliche, it's harder to play against 10. And it is going to be a throw-in on the far side. It's no reshot, take a long one. It is headed away, cleared by Voice. There is the number 5, puts the ball over. It's down by the corner flag. He's trying to keep it in play. It's kept in play, but Kettering get the ball away with Fataggio. Finds Ranger. Ranger, though, can't keep it in. He does. He gets it into Powell. Opong threads the ball through. Fataggio can't win it, and Stamford somehow get the ball away on the far side to Wilson. So Mazzano down the far side, and it goes out of play for a Kettering throw-in right in front of Simon Holyhoke, who just joined us. It's 0-0, but Stamford been reduced to 10 men. Goalkeeper Thomas Jackson saw red, was sent off. You've been having an exceptional game up until that point. As Opong is down this left-hand side. Goes one way, goes the other. Can he get the ball over? Nobody with him. He just get the ball over. There's Ranger, comes in and it just goes by wide, and that's allowed to go out of play. It's a good chance from Ranger. It does look like it was offside, though. Flag had gone up. So, goal kick. Temperature dropping a little bit here.
Well, interestingly, Carl Rowley is taking his time to go and get that ball and put it back in the 6-yard area. I personally wouldn't be doing that, given what's just happened to his actual goalkeeper. I might at least make it look like I was in a rush.
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily be in a rush, but make it look like you are. But Rowley puts the ball down and takes a good goal kick, as you would expect from an outfield player. Ando doesn't quite win the header, but it comes to Opong. Opong over the halfway line. Plays it down the line for Powell. That never looked on, really, that ball. And it's cleared away, which Voice will take up. Now, what does Simon Holyhead do? Does he stick or twist? Here's Ando. Ando out to Wes York. Wes York on the halfway line, over it now, bursting down the right-hand side. Looking for options. He's got Stanley, but he goes in the middle to Ranger. Ranger can't quite get there. It doesn't fall to Powell. York can't bring it under either, and Stamford come away with it. Nice little 1-2, and it's 3-on-2 as Ando steps across and is going to be booked. He stepped across the number 8, Harry Vince, and is booked for that that foul. Stamford want to take it quickly. The referee says no because he's still doing some admin. And they've had a shot here, Stamford. Goal kick, but well, in the we saw that for the Merseyside derby, didn't we? The referee didn't want the free kick taken quickly, and he booked the Everton man. The referee had made it fairly clear that he didn't want a free kick taken quickly there because he was still doing some admin, and the Stamford player did anyway. I still don't think it's a yellow card offence, but there we are. And he hasn't given one, the referee. Free kick now will be taken. Now the referee is happy. Connor Bartle, the man who came on for Reece Sharp just after half-time, he takes it towards the left-hand side, kept him playing, nodded backwards. Stamford still with possession. Plays back on the left-hand side of their attack, Stamford. Still going down this side, but I think it's deflected out for a Stamford throw-in. Just trying to think. I don't think we've had a single offside yet this game.
No, I don't think we have,
Which is unusual. We are into 69 minutes. So...
well, since the sending off, Stamford have seen more of the ball.
It's galvanised them,
It has, isn't it? Yeah, it has. We say this time and time again, it's difficult to play against 10 men, and Stamford putting a bit of pressure on the Poppies. The header comes in, out by Thanodge, trying to find Ranger, gets the head to it, and away goes Stanley. There's nobody with him at the moment. Stanley's through here. Can he see the ball through? It's fouled. The ball is through, and it's kicked away in desperation by Charlie Mazzarano, and that will be throw-in down by the corner flag. Powell was almost vacant, but didn't reach him as Loza outside the penalty area. Loza comes in, still Loza. Trickery from him, shoots in here, straight at the keeper, and there is Kyle Rowley in goal, collecting it in the middle. Did well, straight at him.
Not bad save, really, for an outfield player.
Yeah, he
collapsed on it really well and held it.
Didn't fumble it. Well, Manchester United would look at that, I suppose, but ball on the far side. But there's a foul there by a Kettering player, and that will be a booking for Taggio for holding back. And yeah, can't do that, and he's been punished for it. Third booking for the Poppies.
Card happy, hasn't he, today, the referee? It's 6 yellows shown, isn't it?
6
2
yellows.
for Jackson, 1 for Bazzano on Stamford's side, and Ando, Thanodge, and for Taggio in the book for Kettering.
Yep.
So technically 3 apiece.
Technically 3 apiece. Pedantic.
Pedantic, yeah.
Kettering need to keep the tempo going forward. And this is a chance that they have to take 3 points here. At the moment, though, 0-0 as the free kick comes in towards that back post, headed out by Opong, but it's going to find Jack Thomas. Still Thomas puts the ball in low, cleared by Ranger. He finds for Taggio. Taggio sends it long towards Powell, but offside. So there's an offside there.
Yeah, thanks for that.
And it's certainly not there, but Stamford will take as much time as they can to take these kicks,
Well,
etc.
Callum Powell has got a point there because he was returning the ball back to where
The original spot.
The referee screamed at him to put the ball down,
And then
and now Stamford have taken time to get the ball back to the spot that Powell was going to put it to.
Exactly, but Vince Voice gets the ball to Oppong. Oppong now has got plenty of space to run if he can keep going. Oppong, and he's nudged off the ball, but nothing untoward there. The back with Thomas. Finds Mazzano. Cleared by Stamford. And Andau, who's played well, gets the ball headed back to Alexander, right on the edge of his area. Another foot there, he'd have gone out of area, and that would have been handball.
Good goalkeeping.
Was good goalkeeper. York on the far side then, opens his legs. He's over the halfway line. He's got loads of to him on the right. Plays the ball forward to Stanley. It doesn't reach him. It's cleared desperately by Stamford, who'll fight for dagger and tooth, but they're now going forward. 2 against 5. Patadja gets a little foot in, but good work from Jack Thomas. Plays it back into the centre. Hobbins back to the number 8, the captain Vince. He puts it back to the keeper. He didn't really want it. He clears it. Well won by Oppong. That goes out for a throw, and it took Rowley by surprise, really.
He wasn't really
not that happy, is he?
One.
No.
He's done well. I mean, he should do really as an outfield player recovering there, but I mean, the old adage is never pass back on target.
What Kettering need to do is pepper him with shots, see how he
Not,
is. And,
one shot, hasn't it, so far, which
no,
he
he's
saved well, to be fair, and held well.
But they need to start peppering him, don't they, to try and expose him. He's not used to that position in goal. There's a little header there towards Thanodge. Thanodge squares it to York on the far side. York's got Loza with him. Loza now has the ball going forward. Loza in the middle. Still Loza being pushed out wide. He comes inside, back to Thanodge, out wide to York. York, oh, it's a poor ball. It goes out for a goal kick.
This has got a feeling that Kettering are forcing this.
It has got that, hasn't it?
I don't want to say panic, because that's not the word, but they've seen the situation and gone, we've got to win, we've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go.
It does look like the Poppies are going to make a change.
They're rushing everything. They're not playing as well as they did when Stamford had 10. Stamford have upped their game. That's fair.
Well, they've had to, haven't they, really?
Yeah,
because
but Kettering are not. They're not playing as well. It's almost like they've seen the opportunity and the adrenaline's going a little bit.
A little flick on, but it's easily dealt with by Stamford, who pumped the ball forward and now gets a head to it. It's a good head to Thanodge. Thanodge in the centre has got York one way, doesn't use him, squares it to Voice out to Oppong. Oppong now has got Powell overlapping. Here is Powell. Oppong carries on his run, but don't use him. They find Thanodge instead. Thanodge, poor ball from him though. And the Kettering fans getting a little bit frustrated that they can't break the Stamford side down as Connor Stanley plays it out wide to Oppong. Oppong. Now Oppong driving down there, but can't do much with it. Gets it back to Stanley. Stanley comes inside to Thanodge. Thanodge tries to play it in, but Powell moves away. It's just cleared anywhere by Stamford. It's back to York. York, 2 subs going to be coming on for Kettering. York. Still York going forward, driving forward, trying to get the ball through to Loza. Loza comes inside here. Can he get the ball over? He can't. He traps it in his feet, then loses the ball, and Stamford clear it. Only towards Thanos, gets a heavy head on it. Back to Fataggio. It's not going right for the Poppies, and Harry Vince clears it for Stamford under pressure by 2 Kettering players, but then beats them both. And he sidesteps Thanos, who then trips him. And Oppong's going to go into the book, I would have thought. Referee's having a field day with bookings. Yes, Oppong goes in.
It will give Kettering the chance to make some substitutions, though. Is that Fifield I see, or is it Alfie Lewis, actually? I think
it's Alfie Lewis is one of them. I can't see the one. We are...
Brandon Barker. No, it doesn't look like it. I admit my eyesight's not great, but even I'm struggling
Well, I can't see. My eyesight isn't very good, and
Well, I mean,
not at this distance. There's no board gone up.
No, with these jam jars on, I should be able to see into another dimension. Let alone
Same
100
here,
yards
but
across the pitch.
Barker and Lewis, Brandon Barker and Alfie Lewis coming on, but not yet.
No, not yet. There's a free kick for Stamford, which they are going to loft in. In it comes, easily headed away. Nodded down by Vince. Stamford still have the ball, play it down the line, never a foul, and it'll be a goal kick. In fact, it won't be because Alexander has kept it in play and absolutely launches a cannon out to Callum Powell with space. It's a flat back 6 at the moment for Stamford. As Powell bursts forward, he's got to shoot. He's got to shoot. He does shoot. He does shoot.
Oh my goodness! What a goal from Powell! He comes back with an absolute blinder.
It doesn't matter
Unbelievable!
if you have an outfield player in goal or an established goalkeeper. You just don't stop that. Unbelievable. From the moment it left his boot, it was destined for that top corner. 25 yards out, he cuts in on his right, and that ball has started so far outside the post. It's in a different postcode, and it's curled back in and nestled right in the stanchion. And it doesn't matter, as I said, whether you have an outfield player in goal or whether you have a goalkeeper in goal. You're not stopping it. Carl Rowley could only stand there and watch it fly past him.
Well, he had to admire it, didn't he? What an absolute beauty. And you're able to see that on our highlights in the near future. That's brought Latimer Park to life, and it's deserved for the Poppers, who dominated this game. And it took something special, and Callum Powell delivered something special, and the Poppies now are going to make a substitution. Callum Powell might have been coming off, but there's only going to be one substitution.
He might still, to be fair.
Still. But what a cracking goal that was from Powley, who's lightened up a cold evening.
Well, 14
and
off, so it's Stanley.
It's Connor Stanley coming off
For Lewis.
for Lewis.
So that's like for like, because Stanley's been playing
It is.
centrally, hasn't he? So that's nice and easy. Is it still going to be Barker now the goal's been scored? That is the question. Because does
Well,
it need to be Barker?
I don't think
Now
they're
the goal's
making a
been
second.
scored.
Are they making a second
They're
one?
not.
They're
are
not
they?
doing
Stamford
it now, are
will.
they?
Stamford will, but Kettering are only making the one substitution now. And it's Charlie Mazzano going off for Jaden Charles. So Mazzano off and Jaden Charles on for the hosts. For the visitors, I should say, who are now finding themselves in a position where they can't soak pressure now. They have got 11 plus added to get something from this game.
Well, I can't get over what a shot I've seen there. That was absolute brilliant.
And hopefully the highlights will show it as well, because we're at the perfect angle for it. You see how far outside the post it starts. That's a long ball forward. Ando heads away, but only as far as the 10. And there's a chance here for Stamford to go forward. They've found the left-hand side with the number 4, Wilson. Ryan Wilson should put the ball in now, does put the ball in, blocked by Wes York. And he's found Jamal Loza. Jamal Loza going forward. Still bursting forward. Jamal Loza centrally. He's got players in attendance. He goes out to the left to Callum Powell. Powell has Oppong overlapping, but Powell may just try it again. He might as well. Why wouldn't you? Oh, that's why, because he started it the same angle that he did the last one.
Couldn't get the curl on it, could it?
Didn't curl.
What a good job. The first one was spot on.
Yes.
Well, it's worth, when you see it, it'll be worth watching. And wow, Kettering take a deserved lead. 9 minutes to go here at Latimer Park. And as I say, Thomas Jackson, for all his heroics in goal, I doubt that he would be able to stop that. And poor old Kyle Rowley stood no chance. It's on the far side. It's a throw in to the visitors. Still throw-in hasn't been taken. It has now. It is with Wilson on the far side. It's back into the Stamford half. He found Cook to the Jaden Charles' first touch. It's back with Rowley, the emergency keeper. finding Thomas, turns here, and Powell wiggling his way through, but the referee says there's a foul, and Powell's going to get booked. Yeah, with this referee.
Well, that is 5 bookings for Kettering today. And I think there's certain around that time that the FA start getting involved in failure to control players.
Yes.
I think, is it 5 or 6 bookings?
I thought it was 6,
Could
but
be
maybe
6,
wrong on
yeah.
that. But Powell went the way through after the referee had stopped play.
Silly. It was
It was silly.
We've just seen a goalkeeper sent off for something just as silly.
So how many is that? We've had 5, 6, and 8 bookings in this game, in a game that really hasn't been
It's not been dirty.
of that ilk whatsoever.
No.
But the ball is on the far side with Wilson. Plays it inside to Vince, the captain. Back to Wilson, who's maintained his forward approach. Pumps the ball forward. A chance here. Straight into the arms of Alexander. And no chance of looping ball over there. He bowls the ball out rather quickly to Voice. Oppong. Back to Voice. Voice. Finds Fataggio, back to Voice. Voice carrying on from where he left off on Saturday, putting in a very, very good shift as Alexander plays the ball out wide to Oppong on the far side. Trying to find Loza. The number 10 is bursting forward, though, little 1-2. Cut out by Voice. Squares it to Oppong. Powell then and Oppong together on tandem down here. Puts the ball through to Ranger. Ranger loses the ball, then fouls the number 5, Jordan Cook. And has there ever been a game that you know, Ed, that every player's been booked in the side?
I don't know, but I think, I mean, if we had more than 7 minutes left, this might very well be it. I mean, long kick forward, and the number 14 is going to keep this on for Stamford, and he's gone past Oppong, and there's a chance here. Shoot! Oh dearie me, that was the chance, Jaden Charles. You had the goal at your mercy to get Stamford back level against all the odds, and he's dragged it limply past the post of Jason Alexander.
The substitution for the visitors on the far side.
Yes, it's.
What about the foul on Oppong that the referee ignored? I mean, that was as bad as some of the ones we've seen.
9 for 17. So off goes Alonzi, and on comes Elliot Durrell. Or Durrell. Don't know.
He had didn't he have a zoo?
I don't know.
Jersey.
As soon as you start that, I know it's going to be a reference that I have no idea.
What's the way to do it, Ed?
Yes, I know.
Just to help you out with some history.
Thank you so much for that history lesson.
So Alexander hasn't taken the goal kick yet, and it looks like Glennon might be coming on now. Is it Glennon over there on the far side? It is, but not at the moment as Stamford get the ball through. It'll be a chase here, and Andar needs to be accurate. He heads the ball right into the arms of Alexander.
Well, I mean, Callum Powell scored the goal, but I agree. Ando has been unbelievable in this
and Loza,
game.
can he get the way through? Loza's got 2 in front of him. He's going out wide. Loza comes inside. He's dribbled it down twice. Loses the ball as he's about to put the trigger. And it's cleared by Stamford to the 17. Durrell, who's just come on, puts the ball through. It's a good ball. Stamford causing a few problems in these dying moments of this game. Ball comes in, looping shot that goes over the goal.
Yeah, there's no Callum Powell, is it?
No Callum Powell. 86 minutes gone here, and Glennon has sat down.
I wonder whether some bums might be twitching a little bit here, because Stamford, since going a man down, have looked fantastic, and since going a goal down, have really started causing Kettering Town some issues. They're going to make another substitution here. Is that John Challoner coming on?
Well,
if you need experience, look no further, because John Challoner is coming on for the captain, Harry Vince, who throws his armband to Jordan Cook, who puts it on. 44 years of age, John Challoner now. I think he might actually, technically, is he a World Cup winner? The sort of seniors World Cup?
I think it was,
he played for England, didn't he?
Not sent off. So Challoner has scored 2 goals against Kettering in various games in the past. And he's going up there to put his experience into it. That's Can Stamford snatch something? And the ball is with Voice, but kept in by Opong. He should have. There's a foul
that
on
was
there.
a bit naughty. Might go in the
And,
book here. He's going to go in the book. He's not long come on, Jaden Charles, but he's getting a booking for a little bit of a lunge on Opong. Didn't make any contact, but he was on the stretch. And that's booking number 9 for this game. 2 of which came for the same player, Thomas Jackson, about 10 seconds after each other. If you've just joined us, Stamford have been reduced to 10 because Thomas Jackson, who was booked for time wasting, sarcastically applauded the referee straight afterwards and was duly shown a second yellow card. It's Kyle Rowley who's gone in goal. It's only since Kyle Rowley has been in goal that Kettering have taken the lead through an absolute wonder strike from Callum Powell. But Stamford are coming forward and have been really since they went down to 10. This has been the last sort of 15 minutes, the best spell that Stamford have had, and there's no better time to have it than towards the end of the match. And here they come forward again. Here's Challoner out left to Wilson. Wilson overlapping him, gets it back now on the left hand side. We'll put a cross in goes the cross, headed up, not really out by Ando, but comes Jason Alexander to collect calmly and then bowls to his left to Opong. Here's Opong bursting forward. Still bursting forward. Opong plays it. A reverse ball to Loza. Loza takes a touch, shoots. It's off target. High wide. He took one touch on his left foot. And I'll tell you what, you saw Kyle Rowley's positioning there. Well, you didn't. We did, I should say. Very far over towards his post. All Loza had to do was hit it low to the far post. And it is in the back of the net.
Well, it's York, though, on the far side for the Poppers on the halfway line into the 89th minute. I'm sure there'll be a bit of time added on. There's 9 bookings.
Only 2 of them came in the first half, I think,
did,
wasn't it?
yes. So 7 bookings and 1 goal and multiple changes from Stamford at the substitutes bench. So at least 5 minutes, I would have thought, for Kettering to, I won't say hang out, but or hang on, but... certainly with 1 goal.
Fataggio just fouled a Stamford player there, and I had a quick look down to see who, whether he was on a booking. At this point, it's quicker to just say who isn't on a booking for Kettering Town. Long kick forward, should be kept in at this near side. It is for Stamford, facing his own goal. I'll sit back to the 5, Cook, who's now the captain. He plays it along his back line, and Kettering just need to make sure they're resilient. We are into the 90th minute. Down towards that touchline. In it comes now, back to the centre half again. Lofted ball forward. Ando should deal with this. Takes it on his chest and then plays it forward, although it's taken about 3 ricochets and stayed with Stamford. The board's about to go up, but we're still eyes on the action here as Stamford come forward. Here's the number 10. Is forced backwards and plays a switch over to Charles. The 14 lofts one in. No one's with him, but offside. No one needs to be with him. He was offside. It was overhit. It was a goal kick. It was really never in danger for Kettering. And
you mentioned about twitchy posteriors, and you're right. It's even the Kettering have gone ahead.
See what number this comes up as.
Well, how many minutes is it? 14 is about the most you can have, isn't it? On these boards, but
that says 7 on it, doesn't it?
7 minutes.
Wow. 7 minutes then for Kettering to hold on and make no moans about it. They have been holding on since going 1-0 up.
They have. Stamford have really been a bit of a threat with down to 10 men, but Thanodge robs them at that point. He's down on the far side, gets it to Ranger. Ranger, little back flick to Thanodge. Thanodge trying to get Fataggio away, but hasn't been able to. Plays it into Ranger. Ranger back to Thanodge. Thanodge switches it on the far side here to Opong. It's a great ball to Opong, but he can't control it. And to Kettering Town throw in. Great ball from Thanodge.
Just a bit too clever there, Opong. Just needed to bring it under control.
He
tried
did.
To sort of outside of his boot and knock it round. But it is a Kettering throw in, much to the dismay of Stamford.
And Scott Potting down here, your friend, the official.
Can't really complain about him, to be fair.
No, he's
today.
Been okay,
He's obviously
hasn't he?
found his niche is on the line rather than in the middle. Here's Callum Powell. Powell then has options.
Still Powell.
Goes all the way over to Fataggio. Fataggio has Powell on the overlap. Goes in on his left foot. Fataggio, tame effort.
Yeah, weak shot there. He tried to place it, but didn't hit it with any power whatsoever. And the in-turn goalkeeper, Rowley, sends it long. Well won by Voice. Back to Fataggio. Flicks it over. Gets it through to Oppong. Oppong, can he set Powell away? Oppong's going through. Sends it out to Powell out wide offside. Up goes the flag. And don't mess around with the ball. You'll get sent off with this referee.
He was offside as well.
He was offside. Quickly taken.
Where you don't want him to be offside. We've had 2 minutes of the added already as the ball goes back to Rowley in goal. That's off Voice, and Stamford will have a throw in deep inside Kettering territory. Reece Sharp hobbled off, so long throwing. Good defending from Wes York. Fataggio to Ranger. Loza down through to Callum Powell. Callum Powell bursting down the left-hand side. Has a chance now. Puts the ball in. Corner ball it will be. And Kettering have a chance here. Stick or twist.
For a moment, I thought Alexander was going to go
I
up
thought
there.
he was. He's not. He's just giving instructions.
Yeah.
Well, it's very much stick for Kettering Town. There is one player in the penalty area. That's Niall Ranger. Loza is short. Powell is taking it. No one else in red and black is anywhere near that penalty area, really. Here comes Alfie Lewis as an outlook. Oh, wonderful, Jamal Loza. He's just beaten 2 players and should shoot. Does shoot. Good save. Really good save. Kyle Rowley, and is in play as well, which doesn't help Kettering at all.
Was a decent save at full stretch. Palms the ball away with both hands and kept it in play. And away comes
Danger.
Stamford now. It's Bartle on the far side. Ball comes in. There's a chance here for Durrell, but well won by Voice. Gets the ball to Oppong. Oppong and Powell with the ball now. Oppong going one way. Loza's up front with Ranger. Powell then gets the ball, loses it again, wins it back again. Powell still going forward. Powell might try one. Powell puts one in. It comes off the goalkeeper and the flag goes up again for offside. And we're into...
What is it with Stamford and goalkeepers? Their actual goalkeeper was unbelievable. And they've just put another goalkeeper in who's only been beaten by a wonder strike.
He has, and there's going to be another substitution, I think, for the Poppies. And being cleared along. And
Hando was absolutely cleared out off the ball there.
Yeah.
Powell has gone down. There's going to be a substitution for Kettering. Looks like it might be Kai Fifield.
It is.
That's not a bad decision, actually, because you can play it forward against a tired defence who have defended doggedly. And Fifield will chase down absolutely everything, as he does constantly for this.
And it's Powell coming off.
Yep. And there's going to be a booking for Graham Drury. In other news, water is wet, the sky is blue, the grass is
He usually
green.
gets booked every game against Kettering or throws a fit or something, doesn't he? So,
yeah.
Callum Powell getting a really warm round of applause. Just we found out the man of the match is Levy Andau. So who's had a couple of great games, getting stronger every game he comes into the side and has played superbly today. Trying to see where the ball is. It's over on the far side with York. Leaves it for Alexander.
5 done of the 7. Kettering need to hold on for these 2. Here's Lewis. Lewis may have a shot. He scored from there.
He scored a couple from that distance. Plays it out wide to Fifield's first touch. Fifield comes inside. Fifield might have a touch. Fifield gets the block in there and it's screwed away.
Great
But goes to Thanodge. Plays it out wide to Loza. Thanodge is with it. Fataggio is with him. So Fataggio having his shirt pulled, but flicks the ball through. Well won by Wilson. They get the ball away, do Stamford. It's a long punt forward. Well won by man of the match, Andrew. Puts it out for a header. For a throw-in, sorry, with his head, a header. Getting a bit twitchy, this is. Throw-in then on the far side. It's going to be a long one. No Reece Sharp, but they have another member of the squad who can produce something. The way they're standing back, this could be an enormous throw. Time running out for the visitors. And they fooled us all by doing a short one to Hobbins. It's back with the throw-in taker. Hit out, though, and Lewis misses that. It's picked up by Thomas. That's going to go out of play, is it? No, it's near post. It's goal! Near post. And they've got it. A mistake. And Stamford equalise in the final minute of time added on. And there we are. The 30 Stamford fans going ballistic. That's only their 5th goal of the season and only their 2nd away from home. It comes in the dying moments and, well, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I doubt there'll be hardly time to kick off. And 10-man Stamford look like they've won the FA Cup when they drew 1-1 at their place, again in added time. 95 minutes it was at Stamford. Graham Drury ran down there, slid down there as if he was an Olympic champion. And they've done exactly the same here. And Kettering reduced to 1-1 against the 10 men as Loza comes forward, loses the ball. And it is sent long back to Alexander. Ball sent down towards Ranger, flicked on. Kettering fans still trying to buoy the team, but Stamford coming forward again. They send it anywhere. We're into the final second here of time added on, according to the referee. There'll be a few more seconds or so. Ranger loses the ball, gets it to Thanodge. Thanodge pents it out wide towards Oppong. Oppong scored a sensational goal in added time at Royston. Can he do something here? The ball comes in. It's cleared away, though. There is Voice, puts the ball in, goes towards York. It's cleared away to Thanodge. Thanodge plays it out wide to Loza. Loza goes one way, loses the ball, gets it back again. Loza plays the ball in. There's a chance here, but it's going to be clear. I thought the referee's going to kick it, but it's York. Referee looks at his watch. It comes in, and the keeper gets it on the second scramble. Referee looks at his watch, and that's it. It's all over. Stamford luckily get an equaliser, and to their credit, though, they never gave up with 10 men. They put Kettering under a bit of pressure, and just one chance they had, and it went in. We end here at Latimer Park. Kettering Town 1, Stamford 1. Well, with no game on Saturday, the next game is away at St Ives. We will be there to cover that game for you. But from Ed and myself, we leave you rather disappointed at a 1-1 draw. But that's it. Nothing we can do about that. We will see you in the near future.